blowing in my face, huh? All right. Now the wind is blowing, it's pulling, being pulled that way. Being pulled that way. That way. See that? Now everybody thinks that wind is a function of being pushed. It is not. It never is. It's always being pulled. It's moving somewhere to fill a vacuum. Now in this case, it's a very intense low pressure area. See, wind is like a gas. It's always gonna be moving downhill or to an area of less pressure. It's always trying to equalize. By the way, usually the rain, although a tornado could be rain wrapped, it's usually not preceded by rain, although it can be. You know, it's theoretically possible. Let's just say sometimes it is. Almost invariably, the rain follows after a tornado. What I'm trying to do now is stand out of the rain that's being blown. Otherwise, it'd be right up under the porch. But I do not want to get my camera wet. So, anyway, I suppose I could go out on the front. Well, make it this side. Oh, let's take a look. Which way is the wind being pulled? And if you wonder how I understand weather so well, I was a heating and air tech. I understand pressures and temperatures always go hand in hand. Yeah. See the? Oh yeah. Okay. See. Whoop! I'm hearing something. Whoop, 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 ah, whoop, whoop. Another interesting thing about tornadoes. because of the volume of air. Jeez. Well, the bomb shelter would be the best. But that door is tough to open. Anyway, I was going to say another interesting factoid about tornadoes. Ow. Is that when you hear them, the reason they roar like a train or they sound like a jet engine is because they are moving vast quantities of air at a tremendous speed. And by the way, if you're wondering, although I can't, there's no light on this camera to show you, this is a World War or Cold War era fallout shelter, which should be able to, and because this area here is pretty much concrete capped, I should be able to stand in it and be safe, hopefully. Well, you never know. So it goes way back there. You can hear the water draining into it, so it's going to be wonderful to stand in that. But I'll be safe. I'll be safe. Yeah. So anyway, another thing I just did was I went and pulled the car up deeper into the carport. And of course, a pretty heavy-duty carport, because often what follows tornadoes is hailstorms. Hail. Well, in this era of global cooling, the hailstorms are getting really big. Not to mention the fact that other things are going on. Fascinating. Guess I could turn the TV on. I'm sure they've got plenty of weather warnings going on there. That is, if I got any electricity. Awesome. Yeah, that probably goes against what a lot of people think. Well, air is not pulling, it's pushing. Air is not pushing. It never pushes. It can't. It's always moving to an area where there's less air. It's always trying to equalize pressure. And the lower or the deeper think of low pressure cells as vacuum areas. It's like a vacuum cleaner sucking in air. Yeah, let's turn the TV on and see what the heck's going on. All right. On James. Bullshit. All right. Oh, come on. Oh, it says no signal.
Come on now.
I'm just keeping it real, Your Honor.
Or hair shoes.
Steve Allison, from our viewers see what is going on across the area. And Steve Allison, and look, this is even common in my neighborhood too, of trampolines being thrown around because of these strong winds. You know, and when you're dealing with miles per hour, they're picking up breaks, and those are thrown around very easily. Also getting reports of a lot of tree limbs in the pools. Of course, the summertime, you know, a lot of folks want to be swimming. Unfortunately, just today is not that day, as we are well aware. And a lot of folks are going to be without power, and unfortunately, they'll be without power at times, maybe a day or maybe even 2 days. But those crews, boy, they work hard in getting those that electricity back up for you. So please rest assured that they are working hard, PSO, OG&E, to get the power back up for your area. We have 2 numbers to share with you, and let's see, this is the latest number coming in from PSO on power outages. The latest number coming in into our newsroom. We're up to 51,701 folks without power, and OG&E reporting 12,134. And what we have to remember too is a lot of people are at work, and some people are unable to report the power outages in their area. And so that percent continue to increase as we go through the afternoon hours, as people slowly go home and they realize or call in, and that might be something that hasn't been notified to them just yet. So again, the power outages are widespread across the area. Help your neighbor, help keep them cool. If you know elderly, and extra assistance, checking on them, as we are going to see these temperatures potentially rebound once we get rid of the rain, and then temperatures rebound, heat the next couple of weeks.
Intense winds moving through as that storm rolled through. Go ahead and take weather 7, please, and I'll opposite. And I'm saying your name right, Chantel Nichols. You can just see how strong these winds are. We could see, I would be willing to estimate these are 70-mile-per-hour winds, maybe 80-mile-per-hour winds moving through, and you can see just how easily this could cause all the damage that we've seen and all of the power outages.
Okay, and that's impressive video. See the pretty much going horizontally, and you've been through numerous storms. Seeing this, this is what you would normally see as the inflow. But that's not something we were dealing with. These are just more outflow.
Straight winds, but what we've seen, and really that what we've seen all day, is that this is what you with tornado damage, even though they are not tornadoes.
Right. They're minor tornadoes at that, but still a lot of people being impacted by this. Thank you so much, Molly. And meteorologist Clint Boone continues to track this as well with these storms. And Clint, the winds have been very strong, and that's something right?
Yeah, let's go back to weather 6 if we can. We're looking at the velocities, and just a big wall of wind right now blowing across the Tahlequah area. It could easily be close to 70 miles per hour, so it's pushing across Cherokee County and now beginning to push across western sections of Sequoyah County, so Vian, Marble City. You're going to notice winds here in the next 5 minutes or so. That line is all the way back to the north of Quinton already in Eufaula. Winds measured of 72 miles per hour. That was about 10 minutes ago. So just kind of gives you an indication all along this line, Tahlequah all the way south of Eufaula, destructive winds. So you want to be taking your precautions inside your home, away from windows, lowest floor, as this line continues to track off to the east side. New warning is out, thunderstorm warning out for Pittsburgh County, as we could see winds of about 60 miles as this line of storms getting ready to push into the McAllister area. There's a look at the reflectivity back across the metro. We've had another line of some showers and storms push through, and in fact, we can take a look at winds with this. Still some gusty winds across the metro on the order of about 40 to 50 miles per hour, and again, intense line of storms with the winds maybe over 70 miles per hour east of Tahlequah right now, bearing down, getting pretty close to Lake Tenkiller, and now heading their way throughout Sequoia County, and then eventually down into Haskell County around Stigler areas.
All right, meteorologist Clint Boone going on a world record working hours here, 3 for in a row. So we'll get him some rest when the time is needed. But pictures from you are really telling the story, and this is from Jennifer Jones, sent this in, and this was from Kellyville, Oklahoma, and you can see tree limbs down, and this again is where someone have to. Okay, so Tammy Huddleston Lyle sent this picture in, and you know what? Making the best out of it, and this is her son just trying to keep him happy. He's doing a good job of that, so appreciate that, Tammy Huddleston Lyle, for sending that video in of trying just to find a little relief from all this. But then we go back to pictures, Kelly Smith Piran, and this is more trees down, and some of those trees mature, some of those trees young trees. And so unfortunately, we hate seeing any of those trees. The tree companies are going to be busy. The power companies are going to be busy as well. And here comes from Tammy Huddleston another picture of trees down. Here's another one from Jennifer Campbell. More trees down due to the strong wind. Randy Smith, this video in. And this was from earlier in Warner, Oklahoma. Let's see, at 1:41. So that's just about 10-15 minutes ago. So this was video coming in from Warner, Oklahoma from you. And you can see just the ominous, dark-looking clouds as that line continues to move across eastern Oklahoma. Also from Rob Adams. I mean, look at that. The sheet metal just kind of wrapped up into those power lines. And this was near Pretty Water, the Pretty Water School, actually. Pretty Water School seeing damage. Lanny Dean, one of a storm chaser who's been in our area for years, reporting a 76.8 wind speed earlier in Manford. So those type of winds will do some significant damage, and he's reporting wind damage in the Manford area because of those strong winds. Now this is the second this is the second wave coming into the Tulsa area. And you can see what looks like a roll cloud moving into the Tulsa area. And we appreciate Christy Card for submitting that picture again. Go to our Facebook page at K2L News or tweet us at K2L News. You've got pictures, very easy. Just go to the page and you post them on our wall. We'll be able to share those with everybody in our community, and not only on media, but on our air as well. And it gives a good view of what everybody is dealing with, because we're all in this together and having in the same way. As this has been a widespread wind event. You can see this is from Cary Everett near 31st and Mingo. Let's see more pictures. This is from Turleton, Oklahoma. You can see tree limbs down. So these same common theme videos continue to pour in. And again, we have over 50,000 people, or close to 50,000 people without power in eastern Oklahoma from PSO reported. And of course, we have to deal with OG&E outage numbers as well. Very heavy rain sent in by Lucas. This is one more. This is from Tahlequah, the Cherokee Nation complex, and you can see low clouds. Clint, if you don't up the Creek Nation Casino Cam in Tahlequah, and we'll be looking at the NSU campus as this heavy wind event continues to roll into northeast Oklahoma. So yeah, there's the leading edge. What's go on? Okay, and go ahead and talk about this, Clint.
Yeah, we've already had several reports that the sirens have been going off in Tahlequah, and pretty much the reason being is you have winds as strong as maybe a small tornado, winds of about 70, maybe 80 miles per hour. So this is from this is a look at the view from the NSU campus. We can see the yeah, there we go. We can see leading edge of the storms pushing across the Tahlequah area right there. So again, you want to be, of course, central part of your home. You don't want to be outside as these storms roll through, as they have a history of wind gusts.